Roll call.
Chairperson Wilson,
I'm here.
Vice Chairperson Schroeder,
Present.
Board Member Cross,
Here.
Board Member Heck,
Here.
Board Member Johnson,
Here.
Board Member Nesser, Board Member Soller.
Here.
You have a quorum, Your Honor.
Thank you. Approval of minutes for the October 21, 2025 meeting. Do I have a motion for approval of the minutes?
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
I move that the minutes of the meeting of October 21st, 2025 be approved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Roll call.
Board Member Cross,
Yes.
Board Member Heck,
Yes.
Board Member Johnson,
Yes.
Vice Chairperson Schroeder,
Yes.
Board Member Nesser. Yes. Board Member Soller.
Yes.
Chairperson Wilson.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
A presentation, discussion, consideration of construction agreement with Wilmec Construction. Mike.
Chairman Wilson and members of the board. Quick presentation. We're going to use our JOC that our Parks and Rec went through and provided some contractors to us here at the city. So we're going to piggyback on one of the contracts that the city actually started here with us as the district. What we're requesting tonight, we're looking to do a JOC with the cooperative language from the city to build a block wall, roughly about $157,000 with the contractor. Trying to show you the graphics here. Let me see, here we go. So currently, this is our well 8 site that we have here. Roughly about 2 years ago, we purchased this additional lot to the north of our project here. And since then, we've had a little development happen. We've had our block wall. This is what our site looked like. And then we purchased this site next door. As you can see, it's about a 6-foot-high block wall with chain link fence here. And as we move forward, here's the back of it, an old broken down gate. But we have these nice new apartment complex to the north of this. So try to be good stewards of our property and good neighbors. We want to clean up our property to make it look halfway decent rather than an old block wall that has gates that are falling down and chain link fence done. So this is typical our sites. We have an 8-foot block wall. That's why it's a little more expensive than what you guys would assume for just a fence around a general yard, so nobody could just jump over. It's a little taller than normal, so it's costs a little bit more than that. So we're requesting for you guys to approve the contract so we can move forward with using the JOC to build this wall. Any questions?
Any questions? Yes.
Does that include, what are you doing about the gate, or is it just the gate's going to go away and be part of a block wall?
We're going to remove that gate. We have a existing gate on the south end of the site, and we're going to remove the block wall in between the two sites, so it makes us a larger site,
Okay.
more valuable property at that time.
Anyone else have questions? Okay, do I have a motion?
Your Honor, or Chair,
Yes.
I move that the construction agreement for Well 8 block wall between Water Utilities Community Facilities District and Wilming Construction, Inc., using the City of Apache Junction Master JOC Contracting Trade Agreement and the amount of $157,052.63 be approved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Roll call.
Vice Chairperson Schroeder,
Yes.
Board Member Nesser. Yes. Board Member Heck,
Yes.
Board Member Soller,
Yes.
Board Member Johnson,
Yes.
Board Member Cross,
Yes.
Chairperson Wilson.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Presentation and discussion of engineering agreement with Collier's Engineering and Design Company. Mike?
So this one's just discussion and presentation tonight. We're hiring a engineering services. We're going to be replacing a 16-inch transmission line underneath US 60, adding additional 12-inch line there, and then also at Goldfield and the 60, installing a line underneath there. So in the past couple years here, we've had U-Haul go into the south that ran a 12-inch line up just to US 60, and then north of there we have a gas station that the water line ended. We've never connected those two locations. Then also on Goldfield, we had Goldview subdivision come in. That's just north of US 60, and we already had development with Dulce Vita and a couple other parks on the south side that brought those water mains just up to those locations, and we haven't been able to tie those in. So we want to do this to loop our system. So we'll be going through that. This agreement that we're working with engineering services is roughly $88,800. They'll begin the work this month, and then we'll have design plans at the end of January and look to go in construction February, March-ish timeframe. I gave you a little picture here. So currently, we have 2 water lines that go underneath, or 3. These two are distribution, so one at Tomahawk and one at Cortez. These were put in roughly 20 years ago. These are in good condition. We had a leak on the one on Cortez roughly about 15 years ago. The water main's actually about 15 to 20 foot deep. We had to hire a contractor come in and take care of that because they had to bore under US 60 when it was already in place. Tomahawk was installed before US 60 was in place, and there used to be a subdivision there, so they were able to put that underneath the bridge at that point in time. We do have a 16-inch transmission line that goes from booster 2 to booster 1 that we need to replace. And at that same time, while we're replacing that line, we're going to add a 12-inch distribution line. As I mentioned before, U-Haul brought it up to the south end. We have another gas station that brought it to the north end, and we're just crossing these, adding additional crossings across the US 60 so that we can make sure that all of our water circulates throughout the properties. So, any questions on this project? We have 2 projects. It's budgeted this year to install those mains. In the budget, we put $1.4 million in there. The engineering fee mentioned earlier was roughly about $89,000 to get that project designed, and then we'll bid it out to our contractors and do a JOC or a CMAR with them.
Your Honor,
Yes?
what are we talking about traffic? Are we gonna be able to do this without snarling up traffic on Idaho? Field?
The plan would be working with ADOT. This is their right-of-way. They're gonna let us know what they can do. We'll probably take them 1 lane out underneath Idaho. So we may delay the project just because we know the snowbirds are in town to probably April-ish so that we have a little less traffic at that location, or make sure that we don't adversely affect our hazardous waste day, because I know we use Idaho on that too. So we'll have to plan this around. The plan is right now is to open cut this. Most of the time ADOT makes you bore, so big bore pits on either side when you go through that process. We prefer not to do that, so we're gonna work with them to try to open cut this and then put casing in first, and then we go ahead and push water lines in there. So if it does create a leak on that water line, it flows out the ends of the casing and doesn't affect the freeway either.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, all my life working with water, it's extremely important to have multiple directions of flow. It really substantially helps the service that we provide our customers. And I've seen a lot of issues where dead-end mains really create a lot of havoc for businesses to the point where they have to install a fire pump. And by having it interconnected like that, where it grids throughout the entire area, just makes a huge difference. So thank you for doing this.
Any other questions?
Okay. Presentation, discussion for emergency interconnect agreement with Arizona Water Company.
So we've been working with the Arizona Water Company on an emergency interconnect agreement. They had some wells that they were having trouble with. We've had an emergency interconnect agreement with them in the past. We haven't utilized it since we installed our plant in 2012, 2013. These were issues in the early 2000s. We had an interconnect with them where we received water from them. Mesa treated our CAP water. We ran it through their system and delivered it to us. We have shut that off. We haven't had that in use. In turn now, they've reached out to us where they have had some wells go down and needed some redundant supplies or emergency services. So we have an interconnect with them. So we're signing an agreement with them as an IGA. Same thing like we have with Mesa with our interconnect with Mesa. We pay a monthly fee of $600 a month to keep that service there, so when we need it, we can. We just need to notify Mesa. This is the same type of agreement where they'll pay us a minimum charge of $600 a month to have that meter there, and when they need those emergency services, we're able to turn those on and feed it to their tank. Kind of where this is happening, if you guys are familiar with the area, is off Baseline. We have our non-potable water stand down here. Arizona Water Company has a tank here off 36th Avenue, and we'll be running a line between our transmission line and their tank, filling their tank, and then they could boost it out of there from that location. But we can deliver water. Part of the agreement only allows us to deliver water if we have excess water. If we need it for emergency purposes, we can deny them those resources at that point in time. We want to take care of our customers first. I just want to let you guys know what we're working on. Trying to work with all cities, just like Mesa worked with us, just in case something happens to our plant. We have a backup supply. We're doing the same thing with Arizona Water Company.
Okay. Any comments from the council?
And many
Or
are
board,
residents,
excuse me.
right?
Yes, many of our City of Apache Junction residents are served by Arizona Water Company.
All right, thank you. District Manager's report. Bryant.
Your Honor, no report, but we are going to ask Mike to come up in a minute to, you guys have that ready to talk about the Public Works?
Yeah.
Okay. I will defer to him on that now. So no report, Your Honor.
Okay. District Director's report. Mike.
As Brian was saying, we are working with Public Works on their site down there. Their existing facilities are over 30, 40 years old. They actually have their fleet management building. They put some offices in back in the day, and that's where engineering services has been for years with Public Works. Water started out in a small building that was the old library where the Fry's actually sits today. In 2008, when the economy kind of went down, the city decided to bring the water district into development services because we had extra space in there. As we began to grow here in the last couple years, a few years, we're seeing that DSD needs more employees to manage all the projects and home bills that we see coming in. And our area has continued to shrink over in the water district to collect bills and do our work over there as administration office there. So we're working to partner with Public Works to build their facility and then also build our admin building down at their location at the same time, kind of combining our facilities together rather than us being two separate entities right now, but in the same building. This is the existing Public Works yard here. If you guys have been down there, this is the Public Works fleet building that they have. They have some storage buildings out back. We have the fuel station out here. Currently, there's a shade structure in this location here, and that's where we'll be looking to install a new building, roughly about 30,000 square feet, about 2 stories tall. This is our existing tanks. Gonna give you the general area, redo some parking in the back, and do some of their stockpiles out here. In general, they're adding fleet services in the back, probably discontinuing or repurposing the existing fleet services and tying this to the Public Works building. But we're looking at doing a big conference room so we can have Public Works. I believe it's 80-person conference room. We can cut it in half and make it 40, do some different things with this. These plans are 30,000 foot level. These are just master plans. We'll get into the design as we move forward. We've been working with BWS architectural consultants right now to get through this process. So this is the first story. We also have our payment windows here with some offices for management that would take care of the payment windows, similar to our setup that we had at this location, where Public Works could also do some of their permitting process at this location also. Open area for all of our field staff to come in and kind of touchdown areas, bring their computer in, download their emails, do whatever they need to do to get through this area here. This would be the second story. We have kind of a engineering area on this side with our city engineer. They have a couple engineers down at Public Works. We have a couple project managers up here at the Water District, kind of combining those forces into one area here. This would be the Public Works area with their director, admin, administration staff, and then water area here. This was kind of a high-level entrance to the building, what BWS put together, kind of give you an idea what it could look like in the future. This is not the exact thing, but it kind of gives us an idea of what the building would be in that general area. And then this is kind of the overall scheme. As you guys can see out here, we still have our fuel island here. We're not going to relocate that at this point in time. We still have the gun range out back, so police officers have that. And then this is the new building kind of placed here just off to the west of the existing facilities that we have currently. But we'll be working through this process. Like I said, this is the master plan that we had BWS put together. They are starting to work on the design. We went out for contractors. We requested an information packet from them to do a construction manager at risk. So it'll be based on the qualifications and what jobs they've done in the past. We had 13 contractors come out, some big ones with Hayden, Sant, Hunter, some large contractors that visited with us. We roughly have about 13 that we'll be going through, doing analysis on that. We'll have 4 employees from the city go through that, and then an outside consultant help us work through that process to select the most qualified and best fit for the infrastructure that we're trying to build. So you guys will see that here probably in the next couple months through Public Works or through the Water District, kind of explaining the process we're still going through and working through that. We don't have overall numbers yet on this project. The architect put some together, but before we bring on a contractor, we don't want to throw those numbers out yet. We want to make sure they're aware of it. Maybe we can cut corners or change how we're building the process or going through it. So that's why I want to get a contractor on early in the design so they can say, hey, if you don't do a two-story, you do a single-story, this will be cheaper, or change this location or that location, is working through the process with them. So we'll be working through that. We'll bring this back probably every couple months, present it to you guys, so you guys can understand what we're up to at Public Works Building, because you should start seeing this come out to the public here pretty soon. Any questions?
I don't have a question, but as usual, it's my common request that when there's a presentation such as this, which is important, that all of us actually receive this presentation, not just see it at the actual meeting. We would like to be able to go back and look at it.
I can get that to you.
Let's
I
get that.
apologize, but
We can get
this
that
was a
to
last minute. I wanted to
We-
bring this up. It was coming up, but we can definitely get it to you.
And I was like, hey, let's just get this going because we're in the middle of this and want to get this to you as quick as we can.
It's nice to see both departments being, since you have to work together so closely, this will make it very advantageous for you, both divisions. So that I really like, but I'd like to
See it ahead of
poke at it a little bit more and bring out the magnifying glass to read it better.
And we'll give you more detail, and I'd like to show you some more things as we get through, because yes, there's a lot of information in those little slides I give you. I just want to give you kind of where we're at in the project, and as we get a little further, we'll provide a lot more information. I'll get it to you ahead of the meetings.
Yes.
So, Mike, I presume you'll be relocating down here?
Yes,
Nice, okay.
so,
Time for them to go.
I know, I know you've been waiting for that, haven't you?
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
how long into the future do you plan that this building will be good for you? Quite a while?
the way we planned out, we went through the analysis, and that's how we came up with this master plan. We're looking at a 30-year lifespan on the building right now. So we're trying to plan out. We went through analysis of how many people we're gaining currently, and then how many employees we need as we gain that. We worked through that, as you've seen in some of the quick slides that I showed you. What you guys would probably like to see is there's future spaces planned in there already, so that we're not at full.
Yep, just want to make
capacity.
sure you got room to grow.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or add on.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Okay.
Oh, yeah. This one.
So the Water District would love to wish you guys a Merry Christmas here from our whole family there. So that's why I didn't dress up today. I had to be business type.
I hate to say it, that should have won.
That's scary, that's scary. Don't let the public see that.
Too late.
No, I say let 'em
Oops,
see it.
too late now.
All right, District Treasurer's report. No report. Thank you. And since there's no more reports, I will adjourn our meeting. Thank you.